Hey guys, it's me, FreddyPopCollector, and welcome to a video covering my top 10 favorite Five Nights at Freddy's characters. For those of you who've seen the original, yes, I did make this video back in March, but I'm remaking it because the original was pretty low quality and not really up to the standards of videos I do today. As you would expect from a video like this is completely my opinion, so please feel free to leave your top 10 favorite FNAF characters in the comments below. And with the introduction out of the way, let's get into my personal top 10 favorite Five Nights at Freddy's characters. Coming in at number 10 is Nightmare Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Five Nights at Freddy's 4 isn't my favorite FNAF game by any means, but the Nightmare animatronics are hands down the best designed group of animatronics in the entire series. Nightmare Freddy has appeared in 4 FNAF games: FNAF 4, FNAF World, FNAF VR, and FNAF Ultimate Custom Night. Nightmare Freddy by himself is pretty cool, but the main attraction and what sets him apart from all the other Freddys is of course the Freddles. The relationship between these characters is still a mystery, but what we do know is that you can't have Nightmare Freddy in a game without them. Nightmare Freddy was also given a voice in Ultimate Custom Night, and in my opinion, it's definitely one of the best in the series. Combine all of these elements together, and you get hands down one of the best and one of the most creative Freddys in the entire series. So coming in at number 10 is Nightmare Freddy. Let's move on to number 9. Coming in at number 9 is Golden Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy's 1. I wasn't introduced to the FNAF franchise until FNAF 3, but FNAF 1 still holds a special place in my heart. I don't really have that nostalgic connection a lot of people have to the first 2 games, but I still love the characters from both, and coming in at number 9 is Golden Freddy from FNAF 1 in particular. Golden Freddy is still hands down the most mysterious character in the franchise. To this day, we still don't know who possesses Golden Freddy, whether it's the FNAF 4 crying child, Cassidy, or even maybe both. Golden Freddy doesn't stand out to FNAF fans because of its designer voice, because it doesn't even have a voice. It stands out because of its lore and its mysterious connections to the franchise. So coming in at number 9 is Golden Freddy. Let's move on to number 8. Coming in at number 8 is Scrap Baby from Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. FNAF 6, in my opinion, was definitely one of the most unique games in the entire franchise, not only with the characters, but also the setting and finality to the original series of games. Of the 4 main animatronics in this game, Molten Freddy, Lefty, Scrap Trap, and Scrap Baby was definitely the best one. She's the first animatronic we see in the game, and definitely one of the most creepy in the entire series. Circus Baby's voice actor, Heather Masters, also does a great job in this game as Scrap Baby. You may be wondering why I chose to put Scrap Baby over the actual Circus Baby, but the reason why I did that is because in Sister Location, Baby was more overshadowed by Ballora, Funtime Freddy, Funtime Foxy, and Ennard. But in FNAF 6, she's basically the main face of the game, so that's why she's coming in at number 8. Let's move on to number 7. Coming in at number 7 is Dreadbear from Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted. Out of all the DLCs we've ever gotten to a FNAF game, this one was hands down the best. The Sister Location Custom Night, yeah, it was pretty cool. The FNAF 4 Halloween DLC, yeah, it was okay. But Curse of Dreadbear for FNAF VR Help Wanted was just incredible. I've gone on record saying that Curse of Dreadbear is better than the actual core Help Wanted game, and honestly, I still stand by that. All the ideas in Curse of Dreadbear are completely original. Even the FNAF 1 remakes have their own twist and feel very Halloween-y. Dreadbear himself is pretty simplistic. His design isn't all that special, it's just Frankenstein Freddy, but the way Steelwool uses him in the levels is just amazing. The actual Dreadbear level, it was magnificent. In the FNAF 1 remakes, he's terrifying. And because of the masterpiece that is Curse of Dreadbear, he's quickly become one of my favorite FNAF characters. So coming in at number 7 is Dreadbear. Let's move on to number 6. Coming in at number 6 is Ennard from Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location. Do I even need to go in depth to why I think Ennard is such a great character? His design is amazing, his lore is just incredible. Most of Ennard's appearances in the franchise have been standout moments in their respective games, like the private room and scooping room scene in Sister Location and the Ennard vent level in FNAF VR Help Wanted. The only cameo he made in the franchise I'm not too keen on is the one in Ultimate Custom Night. They ditched his voice altogether and gave him kind of a screeching, gargling noise. Overall though, Ennard is definitely one of the best characters in the entire series, one of the most unique. I know I've said that a lot, but the unique characters really stand out to me. So coming in at number 6 is Ennard. Let's move on to the top 5. Coming in at number 5 is Nightmare Fredbear from Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Nightmare Fredbear is huge, intimidating, and definitely has the best voice in the series in my opinion. I love how in FNAF 4 they basically treat him like a final boss, and in the FNAF VR FNAF 4 remakes he's pretty freaking terrifying. I mean, do you see this? this is Nightmare Fuel. Nightmare Fredbear so far has appeared in 4 FNAF games: FNAF 4, FNAF World, FNAF Ultimate Custom Night, and FNAF VR Help Wanted. I really hope he gets in FNAF AR soon, cause currently he's not in the files, and I really hope they bring back his voice actor. So coming in at number 5 is Nightmare Fredbear. Let's move on to number 4. Coming in at number 4 is Withered Bonnie from Five Nights at Freddy's 2. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, he's only this high simply because of his design. I mean, sure, his voice is pretty cool, and his appearances in other games like Curse of Dreadbear and FNAF World were pretty cool, but he really sticks out to me through his design. I still can't believe to this day he's the only animatronic missing an entire face. That's pretty much all I have to say if I'm being completely honest. So coming in at number 4 is Withered Bonnie. Let's move on to the top 3. Coming in at number 3 is the channel mascot himself, Rockstar Freddy. When FNAF 6 first came out, I thought Rockstar Freddy was probably the most forgettable character in that game. Him and Lefty were pretty much the exact same model, and there wasn't really anything that stood out about him. But for whatever reason, he became my channel mascot, and ever since then, I've really grown attached to him. I mean, sure, his voice is okay, his design's pretty cool, and I loved the purple accents on his hat and bow tie, but at the end of the day, he's really only high on this list because he's been part of the channel for so long. So coming in at number 3 is Rockstar Freddy. Let's move on to number 2. Coming in at number 2 is Glitch Trap from Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted. FNAF VR was easily the best FNAF game of all time, not just because of the fantastic remakes we got of FNAF 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sister Location, and many other elements of the franchise, but because of the new characters and stories it introduced. One of those new characters being Glitch Trap, a virus that seems to be reenacting the acts of William Afton. This character, much like Golden Freddy, is still a giant mystery in the franchise. As of recording this, us fans still don't really know what his ambitions are, what he's trying to do, or if he'll be in security breach at all. But nonetheless, his appearance in FNAF Help Wanted was a great one, and the game wouldn't have been the same if he wasn't there. So coming in at number 2 is Glitch Trap. Let's move on to number 1. Before I actually give you my number 1, let me give you some honorable mentions. There were a lot of characters I didn't want to leave out in this list, but I wanted to narrow it down to 10, so let me just give you some really quick honorable mentions. Toy Freddy, he was very tempting for the number 10 spot. I love his voice and personality. Circus Baby, as I said earlier, I was planning on putting Circus Baby, but eventually just decided to put Scrap Baby instead. Phantom Freddy, he's my favorite Phantom animatronic, and actually before Rockstar Freddy was my mascot, Phantom Freddy was my first mascot. Jacko Chica, my favorite FNAF holiday character. I love the pumpkin and her voice is really cool as well. Nightmare Rion, another great and creepy animatronic. And finally, Funtime Freddy and Funtime Foxy. Both were excellent in Sister Location and both have wonderful voices. But coming in at number 1 for my favorite FNAF animatronic of all time is Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's 3. As I stated earlier in the video, FNAF 3 was my very first FNAF game I ever played. Even though I didn't really become a big fan of the franchise until around Sister Location of FNAF 6, FNAF 3 still holds a very special place in my heart. Not only does Springtrap have a lot of nostalgic value, but he's also one of the most interesting and well-written characters in the entire story. And with all that being said, that's gonna wrap out my personal top 10 favorite Five Nights at Freddy's characters. Thank you all so much for watching this video. As I said in the intro, please feel free to let me know your personal top 10 favorite FNAF characters in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please consider like and subscribing. These videos take a long time to record and edit, so I'd really appreciate it. It really helps me out a lot. Speaking of subscribers, thank you guys so much for 33,000 subscribers. We're basically 1/3 of the way to 100K. That is just insane to think about. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it, and I really do mean that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.